13 killed as Israel intensifies month-long siege on northern Gaza. Relatives of Palestinians killed in an Israeli attack on the Nusayrat refugee camp mourn as the bodies are brought to the Al-Orda hospital for burial in Gaza City. Medical sources say Israeli attacks on Gaza have killed 23 people, including 13 in the north, since dawn. UNICEF condemns Israel's indiscriminate strikes on the Gaza Strip, noting that more than 50 children have been killed in the attacks on Jabalia in the north in the past 48 hours. Israeli forces dropped a stun grenade on a polio vaccination center in Gaza City, wounding at least 4 children, despite agreeing to a humanitarian pause for a long-delayed inoculation campaign, according to the WHO. Israel's genocide in Gaza has killed at least 43,341 Palestinians and wounded 102,105 since October 7, 2023. An estimated 1,139 people were killed in Israel during the Hamas-led attacks that day and more than 200 were taken captive. In Lebanon, at least 2,968 people have been killed and 13,319 wounded in Israeli attacks since the war on Gaza began, the Lebanese Health Ministry says. 3 killed, 9 wounded in Lebanon's city of Sidon, ministry. Lebanon's health ministry says 3 people were killed and 9 others wounded in an Israeli strike on Haret Saida, a densely populated area near the southern city of Sidon. The Israeli enemy's raid on Haret Saida resulted in an initial death toll of 3 people killed and 9 others injured, the ministry said, adding there was no evacuation warning before the attack. Death toll rises in Gaza. At least 43,341 people have been killed and 102,105 wounded in Israeli military attacks on Gaza since October 7, 2023, the enclave's health ministry says. Of those, 27 Palestinians were killed and 86 wounded in the latest 24-hour reporting period, the ministry added. Updates: Israel kills 55 people in Gaza, keeps pounding Lebanon. By Alistair McCready, Moshe Gadzo, Yoruba Jamal, Youssed Siddiqui and Nils Adler. You can continue to follow our coverage of Israel's war on Gaza, attacks on Lebanon here. At least 55 people killed and 192 wounded across Gaza in the last 24 hours, according to Gaza's health ministry. Israeli forces detain at least 10 Palestinians in raids across occupied West Bank. Israeli army says 2 soldiers killed in northern Gaza, taking the total death toll to 780 since October 2023. Israel's genocide in Gaza has killed at least 43,314 Palestinians and wounded 102,019 since October 7, 2023. An estimated 1,139 people were killed in Israel during the Hamas-led attacks that day and more than 200 were taken captive. In Lebanon, at least 2,968 people have been killed and 13,319 wounded in Israeli attacks since the war on Gaza began, the Lebanese health ministry says.